Well, howdy, modelers. This is Alan of Alan's Trains and Things, and I'm doing this video on these bags. This is not a railfan video, or this is not a model railroad video. This is a video on why I carry these bags, and I assume that that you have probably carried them. You guys that are watching, you have carried them, some kind of bag, somewhere, somewhere along the way. You've either carried a fanny, like a fanny pack, or carried a backpack. For the ladies, it'd be a purse, to, like with a backpack, if you're going over to a friend's house for a model railroading event, you would put your computer in there. If you have some small boxes that hold your engines, you would put them in your backpack, and then when you get there, you could take them out, or like in a small container, or like a small bag like I've got here. My thing with these bags started back in 2004, 2005. My mom had cataract surgery in her right eye, and 6 months later, after the cataract, she had kind of a really, really bad thing happen. We were had went to the store. I believe we was out there at the the park, Cary Park, and she said, "I can't see very good." And so I said, "What's going on, Mom?" I said, "What eye?" And she said, "My right eye." And she said, "I can't see very good." And I said, "Well, let's get you to the doctor. See if we can get you in and see what's going on." So went to the doctor's office. They got her, kind of like an emergency, got her in real quick, and started, checking out what it could be, why she couldn't see. Started looking to see into why she couldn't see, and and on this machine, Dr. Jeff, he found what it was. She had a baby aneurysm. The baby aneurysm, or a baby aneurysm, is kind of, it's your blood vessels that explode, but it did it in the eye, and it caused immediate I'll say like a trauma. It made it really hard for my mom to see. It didn't cause blindness, but it was hard for her to see. So from seeing that, diagnosing that, we got into where she currently goes now, to Green Vision. She went through about 4 eye injections. That's where the needle is injected into her eye, and to stop growth of more veins. They didn't want the veins, the little veins, to grow more in her eye, because that would make it even worse and cause problems in her eye and cause possible blindness there. And they got that stopped, but from there she had glaucoma, because it did something to keep. You've got a liquid in your eye. Your eyeball moves around with like a moisture on the outside of your eye, but your eye also has fluid in your eye. But that fluid in your eye has got to release. And there's like a one-way valve that, that lets it out so much and then it closes. So much, then it closes. And so, like I say, she had glaucoma, and we had to get medicines. And so this is where the bags came into play. Glaucoma medicine can run you from anywhere from $110 to $175, depending on, that medicine and other medicines that you have to use to help treat eye issues, acute eye issues. And it can run you, like I say, from $110 to $175. And you definitely want, something to put those medicines in to keep them cool and to keep them, out of, anywhere so the heat don't get to them or sun don't get to them. So, we got these little Igloo bags. You can put little cool packs inside them. This bag here in particular, we had a bag exactly like this. It lasted until about 2012, 2013, and then we got this bag here. These bags here that you see here and this here has been to countless doctors' offices. They still go to doctors' offices today. I now use them to, sometimes I put my pop into them. Sometimes I put my money in there. Sometimes I put, as you see, my wire, in there. This here is, these two bags are newer. Like this one here is, these bags are probably like 2015, 2016. But we had little Igloo bags like this that went as far back as, 2004, 2005. And we used them, going to the doctor, and sometimes on a daily basis. This is going from Hutchinson to Wichita. On a daily basis, with medicine in there and, other stuff that, that we knew that we was going to take into the doctor's office. The bags went with us. And, so, back then I didn't have model trains as like I do now. My model trains, I got my model trains starting in 2014, 15. So I used these way before I had my model trains, but they did, diligent work. They kept stuff, they kept, medicines cool. They kept, if we kept pop in here, they kept the pop cool. They kept, if we had to have a candy bar or something like that, it kept that cool. These bags have done quite a bit. As you can see here, I've got my Thomas & Betts tire wraps and that in here. And so, I wanted to talk a little bit about, what we've done. And as you can see, there's my caboose. So I do kind of have my bags now tied in with my, with my hobby. And so, but I've had my bags. I've took my bags, like a small bag. I've took them to train shows. I asked when I walked up to the train show, do you have a problem with me bringing my bag in there? No. No. No problem at all, And I said, if you need to look inside of it, I can clearly show you inside of it. I said, maybe have a drink in here or something, if you want to take a look. And no, you don't have a bomb or anything like that in there, do you? And I said, no, no. And they'll take a look and say, well, you got pop in there. That's all you got. So, we're not worried, And I said, I'm going to use it to, I get me a train car or get me an engine or something like that, I'm going to put that in there. So, took it to, I've already had it to, I've already had like this bag, this one right here, probably to 3 train shows. And like I say, it's to put, you know, the jewel cases in. And yes, it's a good place for, you know, it's a good place for, you know, in-scale stuff. And, you know, because they sit in there, the sides here are protective, you know, and once you've paid for them, it's good to have them in something like this, because, you know, you can zip them up. Something else on this particular bag, and I've took this bag into train, and I think one of the train shows, let me take this out. I've took this bag into, you know, one of the train shows. You have a little window here. It's a little dirty right now, but you have a window here that you can put your name in there. You know, you can, you know, put your name in here. You know, a card in here. You can put it in here. Put your name on there. Put your address. Put your phone number. And if, you know, they see it, they're going to say, oh, okay, you are who you are, you know. And, you know, if you accidentally set it down somewhere, you know, they can say, well, Alan D, we got your Igloo bag. You left it at such and such and such and such. Can you come and get your bag, please? And so this particular bag has a little window here, a little ID deal. This was a Cargill bag, Igloo. It was given to, I think my dad got this. Working where he worked, driving semi. Cargill was giving these out to anybody that either worked there or truck drivers that came and delivered there. In my big glue bag here, I've got my Oxygo Quick Check Pro. Here it is, how much they are. I got this at Health Equipped. It checks your oxygen, and it checks, you know, your blood pressure, you know, your beats per second. So it's a good thing to have, and so I carry that all the time. Sometimes in this big bag, I've took my blood pressure monitor, you know, to check my blood pressure. But I've got, you know, a couple other little things in here. I got a couple of my nice pins in here. Got some wire in here, and just, you know, just that stuff there. And but I take this wherever I go, and you know, it's been, like I say, like a godsend. I mean, it's and, you know, train shows, at the hospital. I took it to the hospital when my mom was in the hospital. I didn't take it when I went in. Actually, I took this bag. I took this bag with me to the hospital, and I said, it, you know, I got my bag here. Is that okay? Yeah, no, yeah. You know, use this to put your stuff in. You know, put your medicine and stuff like that in there, and anything, put this in there. And when my mom was in the hospital, I took the big bag. And I asked them at the front desk, I said, is it okay if I take my bag in there? Yeah, no problem. You know, no problem at all. We do not have no problem. And I said, well, you guys can look in there, you know. And they said, no, we don't need to look. You know, please take it, you know. And, you know, if, you know, there's something that you need to take up to mom or something like that, you know, please do it. You're okay to do that. So these bags have been in the hospital. They've been in clinics. I took it now to my clinic where I go, which you know, I've had my paperwork in here. I go to Prairie Star. I've had it into my clinic. I've had it into my mom's clinic. You know, you know, anywhere I need to take it with me, I take it with me. And just used it for what it's intended for. You know, to put like I say, a billfold in, put a bottle of pop in. You know, to put medicine in. And like I say, we've used these since clear back to 2004. And this 2 segments here that I'm doing here is going to be just on this here, what I use them for. I take my pop with me now, or water, because of my throat. I had, back in May, as I've mentioned on videos before, I had my gallbladder removed. The same day that my gallbladder was removed, I had to go to a different hospital and have a stent put in me because they found a stone had wandered out of my gallbladder. They had to put the stent in to go down in there and retract the gallstone, or the gallbladder stone. They took it out, and then I had to leave the stent in for about 2.5 months, I think it was. It was May, so May, June, July, about 2.5 months. And then in the end of July, I had to have the stent removed. And ever since of having the stent put in and removed, and I was put out. I mean, I didn't know what they were doing. I mean, I was put to sleep, and first right here on my arm here, you can see you can't see where they done it, but there on my arm they put a, deal to give me some good medicine to with that, and then I took in some air and I was out. Didn't know what they were doing, and they put this thing down my throat to put the stent in, and then they use some type of device to go down my throat again and to remove the stent. But in doing that, I think it kind of rubbed my esophagus, or it rubbed my vocal cords, and I've had some trouble, talking sometimes. Sometimes I might sound like that or whatever, or I might sound like my voice is a little higher or lower. Sometimes I might sound raspy, and it's because after having that surgery, and it makes it feel sometimes odd trying to talk. Sometimes I can't talk at all, and there for a while I was coughing like crazy, and I thought maybe it was something else. A couple times I thought, do I have what's going on around here, COVID? But I didn't. But it still made me nervous. So, like I say, I use these bags to keep my water and pop in, but I use them for everything else. I mean, I like to put my train stuff in there, and so I use it for quite a bit of stuff. So, with ending with that, I would assume that a lot of you out there use these bags for quite a lot of stuff, and you take them, and in the next segment that I'm going to do is going to be on how I was treated by taking a bag into a store, and it wasn't really that nice. But please watch this and watch that video, and give me a like, give me a thumbs up, write a comment on this, tell me what you think, and I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Alan of Alan's Trains and Things, and we'll see you next on that video. And so just follow along, and we'll be doing that shortly. Thanks for watching Alan Strings and Things.